By the book, especially for Sibolistas, no? Because I have not counted the number of Sibolistas who have written to make this book, and each one of them shares their own particular perspective, their own particular experience in Sibol, what Sibol has meant to them. So it is interesting to be able to look at something from different prisms. A prism has many sides, and if you want to find out what the prism really is all about, you have to be able to read the different facets to be able to get a more complete picture of what Sibol is and what Sibol is all about. So, I'm not an agent of the book, huh? But if you really want to find out, no, what Sibol has meant in the lives of many Sibolistas, as many Sibolistas who have written, each one tells you what he has found in Dulaang Sibol. What Dulaang Sibol has been an important part, I would say an important part of their lives. It has helped shape them, it has helped shape us into the persons we have become.
Alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin sariwain, nang kay lumanay, agos ng buhay. Alalahanin, gunitain, nang batis lamang ang
We invite everyone to join us in prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Loving Lord, we bring to you the fruit of our labors. Dear Sir, Mr. Pagsi, Alalahanin is the manifestation of the love of your students through the decades. This is our gift to you. You have been a second father to all of us. You have molded our values and you have shaped our convictions in life. And therefore, we ask the Lord to bless you evermore, to restore your health, to protect you from all harm, together with Mrs. Pagsi. And amidst the global coronavirus pandemic, we also pray that the Lord heal all those who have been infected and that the Lord give resiliency to all our frontliners and that the Lord protect and heal all his creation. We make this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you so much, Father
Thank
Manaling.
you. Thank
May
you,
we have
Father
your
Madaling.
name?
Thank you so much, Father Manaling.
Oh, hey.
From the
Hi. Say hi.
Hi, Bong.
Kaway ka, kaway.
Hello.
And then they'll take your temperature.
I'd just like to say, everyone, welcome to the book launch of Alalahanin, our Memories of Dulaang Sibol. And we've started several minutes ago. Marami nang nakakuha ng books. So thank you for tuning in.
It's so great that we're able to hold this today despite all the circumstances surrounding us today. And Raymond, Bong, you're in school now, no? In Ateneo.
Yes. I'm here in Ateneo. I'm here in the site of the book launch. So as you can see, the books are all here. We have a small skeletal crew of people who are handing out the books, contactless delivery.
Thank you so much for not only being there, not only hosting this book launch program online, but also for really spearheading this project. Everyone, our host this afternoon, Bong Alikpala, is from Dulaang Sibol 1984. He is the Alalahanin editor and really the mastermind behind all this. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I'm Missy Maramana,
Um,
1998. And
yeah.
helping out here and there. And so very happy Bong's co-hosted. Of course,
Yeah.
we want to thank so many people, no, Bong?
Yeah. So we just want to thank a lot of people who have made this. So I have to move away from the screen to make this event happen at all. We'd
Absolutely.
like to thank the Ateneo University for letting us use the grade school. Ano pa ba, Missy? Ang dami nun eh. Hindi ko maalala. Can you
We
go
have
to our list of acknowledgements?
the office, Father Manuring Francisco, Dr.
Yes.
Tuxtla from the Rizal Library. Of course, he's the director. So from Dulaang Sibol 90. And, they all came together to allow us to do this launch on campus today. We also want to thank Jesuit Communications with Ali Figueroa from here with us. Say hi, Ali, from Dulaang Sibol 94 to help host the event on its online platform and handling the technical aspects of the launch program. Of course, Gabby Malvar from Dulaang Sibol 84, who edited most of the videos we'll be seeing this afternoon. We want to thank all the Sibolistas who contributed to the essays of this book, to those who contributed videos to today's launch. And last but not least, thank you so much to Mr. Pagsi for being the inspiration for this project and his whole family for the constant support that they've given. Vaughn, hi Vaughn. Nasaan ka ba?
I'm at
Yeah.
gate 1.
Wait.
I'm the one waiting for people to arrive.
So Vaughn is at gate 1. Our director of Rizal Library is at gate 1, allowing the people who have bought books and have put in their online forms to come in and Bong is over there at the grade school distributing the books. You guys, you're amazing. Thanks so much for doing this. So Bong, tell us a little bit naman about...
We have our first pick up by motorcycle. Oh.
Galing.
Yes.
Bong, tell us naman a little bit about the project, about this.
Yes. Yeah. This project has been long in coming, but it has been the product of a lot of people. I would especially like to acknowledge Jojo Mendoza and Kik Samson. They were the one who kickstarted the whole project back in 2006 when they started soliciting essays from various alumni for the 50th anniversary of Sibol, then 2006. And then the essays were never published, but I came along, Eric Lirios came along. We saw the potential of the essays and we said
Anong pangalan?
we'll publish this. And
Okay.
it took us a long time, but now 2020, we have the help of in particular Ali Figueroa, who did this magic with the layout and the archival photos and just the overall excellent book design. And of course, I want to thank also Tito Lopez and John Neri and Gabby Malvar, the rest of the Bookends team, Von Totanes and Manolo Ocampo. And of course, Central Books for publishing the books and Ateneo University Press for making it available. I hope I didn't leave out anyone. And of course, everyone, all of the 39 authors who wrote in the book, 36, 39, thank you very much. And we are now making, this is like Christmas for Sibolistas, that's what I think. When I was packing the books yesterday, I felt like Santa Claus preparing gifts for Christmas Day. And that's how I feel, to be able to share these books with all Sibolistas today is Christmas for Sibolistas. And especially, it won't happen without our beloved Mr. Pagsi. And this is really all for him. And we're happy to greet him happy birthday for his 93rd birthday. And
Say hi to everybody.
We have a video for him. We
What's
have a
your
video
name?
with him.
Okay. They'll
So
get your
thank you very much,
temperature.
everyone.
And Bong, thanks to you also
Yeah.
for spearheading this project and making sure this Christmas for Sibolistas happen. And that Mr.
Yeah.
Such a wonderful thing for
And yes, he's here.
all these Atenistas.
Wala
And
na si Pablo.
Sibolistas remember the wonderful times they had in Sibol. So thanks for that. And
Palma.
a video to show Mr. Pagsi,
Tatlo.
who has recently discovered when he was receiving
Yun.
the match was Mr. Pagsi's greeting. Go.
Hi, good afternoon. You're looking at a very happy rich man, in his little house, in this wonderful pool that's part of the house, and this wonderful book. And I'm being asked to say a brief thank you for Alalahanin, Gunitain, and I cannot say a small thank you because I'm overwhelmed. I'm just a high school teacher and yet I'm very rich. I am here wanting nothing except being with God, no? But actually, this is being with God too. For a high school teacher to enjoy so much this beautiful pool this wonderful book, these wonderful people. So how do I say thank you for so much? How do I say thank you for so much? Sometimes we appreciate and enjoy the gift without looking back at the giver of the gift. So, thank you, dear God. You've given me so much joy, so much happiness that money cannot buy. So, thank you, dear God.
It's so nice to
Patanggalan is parang.
doing well. Thank you so much, Mr. Paxi. Everyone, Mr. Paxi is watching right now on YouTube. So if you want to chat, you want to say something on the live chat, read your comments and read your messages and see all love for him and for now we would like to introduce the first musical number, which is a beautiful guitar special by Sibolistas. Paulo surrendered his heart, Hari ng Hangin, for the sake of his friend Ponce. We also cannot forget the significant guitar gently for legends. Jerry Duran, Jello Favis, Paulo surrendered
Jim. Jaime.
And,
Ito, here, si Bedo.
oh,
Picture. Sorry, where are we now?
beautiful, beautiful piece to Jerry Duran, Jello Favis, Jing Alaguer, and Igo Gonzalez. So beautiful. That was a wonderful video and such amazing playing. Thank you so much. Now, Bong was telling us that there are 39 contributors to the book from all over the world. Dahil ang Sibolista gustong maranasan ang mundo. Bong, do you want to tell us where they're from?
Yeah, we have contributions that from authors that came as far as Munich in Germany and Anchorage in Alaska, and of course all over the United States. And we've been able to get some of them to send greetings for today's book launch.
And we would love to see those greetings. So here's our first batch of author greetings for all our beautiful audience members here this afternoon.
I am Bong Alikpala, Sibol Batch 1984, and project editor of Alalahanin, our Memories of Dulaang Sibol. During our Sibol graduation, Mr. Pagsi told us about Ray Bradbury's 1957 novel, Dandelion Wine. Dandelion wine is a metaphor for packing all of the joys of summer in a single bottle. And he read this part of the novel. Hold summer in your hand. Pour summer in a glass. A tiny glass, of course. The smallest tingling sip for children. Change the season in your veins by raising glass to lip and tilting summer in. My fellow Sibolistas, I'm happy to present to you our own Dandelion Wine, the book, Alalahanin, Our Memories of Dulaang Sibol.
Hi, Mr. Pagsi. Stay healthy and stay strong. It's my privilege to be a contributor for the Alalahanin book, and an even greater privilege to have you as teacher and friend.
Hi, Mr. Pagsi. Thank you for being such a huge part in my and other Sibolistas' formation in the arts and in the humanities, ultimately towards becoming better humans. To all Sibol family and friends, thank you for helping the Sibol Hesus Foundation by buying the book. Hopefully, it'll help you recall many good memories of Dulaang Sibol.
Sa ngalan ng aming spokesman, si PV Aquino, at sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Dulaang Sibol Batch 88, nagpapasalamat kami na napasama ang kwento ng kulay buhay sa mga tampok na gunitain sa librong Alalahanin na sama-sama naming inaalay sa iyo aming minamahal na Mr. Pagsi.
Hi Sir Pagsi, napakasarap pong alalahanin at gunitain ang naging panahon namin sa Sibol at ang lahat ng natutunan namin mula sa inyo. I am truly honored to be part of this project and this celebration of your legacy.
Hi, I am Mel Garrido. Dulaang Sibol has a different brand of comedy, and it all comes from the wonderful interactions of many Sibolistas past and present working together to make the audience laugh. Those are my memories of comedy in Dulaang Sibol.
Okay.
Thank you so much to these authors who sent in their videos. And indeed, your pieces in this book are so wonderful. They bring us memories that might not have had, but might have had. So it's just great to take a look into these stories. Thank you so much to these authors who sent in their videos. And your pieces in this book are. One of these authors is Ozzy Purunganan, Secretary Treasurer of Sibol, batch 1982. It's just great to take a look into the first one entitled A Theater Forever Young. Ozzy is also, in a sense, forever young as he works with children as a developmental pediatrician in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ozzy Purunganan.
It was the month of May, and the school year had just ended. Most of the students had gone on to enjoy their vacations, and the high school was largely empty. But at the farthest corner of the campus, by the soccer fields, a band of teenagers gathered, choosing to spend their precious summers in a small theater called Dulaang Sibol. I was one of those teenagers in the early 80s. I have vivid recollections of those summers. After a short course on the essentials of theater with Mr. Pagsi, we split ourselves into groups and tried our hand at writing, performing, and directing our own plays. I'm sure most of the productions were amateurish. We were a high school drama group after all, but they were undeniably fresh and young. I guess the point of these productions was not to come up with perfect plays, but to exercise our young minds, to imagine and create. It is this imagination that transported audiences to the kingdom of Verbania in search of the Adarna, and to Thebes to experience the tragedy of Oedipus. It is this creativity that transformed two long pieces of sky blue fabric into a gentle brook in sa kaharian ng araw, and constructed pillars out of string in Julius Caesar.
So much, Doc Ozzy, for that lovely excerpt. And now it's time to check in on Gate 1. What is happening over there, Vaughn? How are our guests coming in? The people who bought books? How's it in Gate 1?
Well, we're okay.
Can you show what you see?
Sometimes it's hard to actually talk to people. So nobody's coming in right now, so I can talk to you.
Okay. Gate 1, ano? Some people haven't been back here for over 50 years.
Oh yeah, that was somebody else earlier, one of the first ones who said he hadn't been back in more than 50 years, I think.
Yeah. It's nice, a nice view to have. Okay, show us your lovely masked face with face shield because that's how it's supposed to be now, friends.
Yeah, so sometimes it's hard to figure out who I'm talking to because they're also wearing masks, and it's hard to hear what they're saying.
But you've seen a lot of Sibolistas come in already to pick up the book.
Quite a few. And some of them are legends, you know.
Like who name mga legends?
People I've never met, but
heard stories about.
Yes.
And of course, these legendary stories are also in the book. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have your copy, make sure you get one.
Yes.
How about over there? Bong, how's it at the table? Who's with you there? You're on mute pa, Bong. Hi, Bong. Who's over there?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people coming already, and but we still meron ba? Nakamute? No.
You're not on mute anymore.
Sorry. This is we're just happy that people are actually coming, and that the plan
that we thought of during this pandemic of contactless delivery seems to be working. And we're just happy that people have actually gone through the trouble of signing, of getting online, getting registered, and it's been very very mabusisi. But we're happy that people have cooperated and they're coming and getting their books. And the last one just came in and said, how much is a copy? He wanted to buy another copy, but he said, we can't sell right now kasi contactless, you should order. Parang crazy that you have to turn away a sale. But that's how it is. But we're just really, really grateful for everyone who have come and actually gotten their books. So really enjoy. Those who've gotten their books, you'll have a great time. Enjoy it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's so lovely to have this day because it's also an excuse to go out of the house and pick up something that matters to them, other than groceries. So, it is an essential to have this book and to hold these stories close to our hearts. Because when Sibolistas gather, there's always music and laughter. And many Sibolistas remember the comic geniuses such as Henry Totanes, Georgie Quintos, Mark Macaventa, Edward Arandia, Emong Orlina, and Justin Aquino, to name a few of the amazing, hilarious men who have graced the Sibol stage with their humor. But someone who casts a long shadow in the history of Sibol comedy is our next performer, and he also contributed an essay in Alalahanin. Ladies and gentlemen, from Dulaang Sibol Batch 1987, Mr. Mel Garrido.
Sa lugar naming ito, di magkakapareho, ngunit sa aming mundo, pagsasama'y totoo.
Hello, Sibolistas at Siboleros! At magandang lalaki po ako sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Mel Garrido, Dulaang Sibol Batch 1987. And like a lot of us, I had so many beautiful memories of Dulaang Sibol. You know, the first thing that comes to mind about Dulaang Sibol is about prayer. When I was a sophomore, gabi-gabi po, sabi ko, Lord, sana po, gawin naman po akong bida ni Mr. Pagsi. Yan po ang lagi kong pinagdadasal. Then, eto na, Mr. Pagsi announced that we will be doing the musical Adarna and excerpts of the young Horacio de la Costa. So there I was praying every night na maging bida, and I was inserted as coro and doon sa choral recitation. Then it came to me that Sibol was teaching me the value of acceptance. But later that year, the Lord answered my prayer. Our seniors were going to do pugad ng mga anino at ako po ang bida. Ako ang anino. Yes! Alam nyo, nung natanggap ako sa Dulaang Sibol, naku, ang daming nainggit sa akin. Paano kasi sa Dulaang Sibol, ang daming gwapo. Hindi nila matanggap na bakit yung isang katulad ko na-accept doon. Kasi nung natanggap ako sa Dulaang Sibol, ako lang ang kakaiba dahil ako lang ang super guwapo. Tsaka yung mga yung inggiterong yan, minsan kumakain ako, kinumpronta nila ako. At ang sinabi ko sa kanila ay ganito.
Hath not a handsome man eyes? Hath not a handsome man hands, ears, organs, dimensions, fashions? Fed with the same food during Yahweh's. Warmed and cooled in the aircon room. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? And if you mock our hair, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge?
At dahil doon, tinigilan na po nila ako. Sibol also taught me about generosity. Sabi nga ni Mr. Pagsi, you have to be generous to a fault. Kaya ginawa ko po, nag-volunteer ako. Sinabi ko, sir, ako na maglilinis ng bathroom natin. So pagdating ko po doon, naalala ko that there are people that Sibol needs. And there are people that need Sibol. Kaya nung nakita ko yung mga sophomores, hali kayo, linisan nyo to. You need this. I was so generous that time to give and not to count the cost. Sibol also gave me a chance to serve. Ako pong Mr. Food noon. Kaya, bago po natin ihain ng food, siyempre, baka may lason, titikman ko muna para malaman. Ayun, so pagkatapos ko matikman, sinaserve ko na po sa kanilang lahat. And lastly, Sibol showed me the way on how to be intelligent. Totoo po yun. Sabi nga po nila, pag sumama ka sa matalino, tatalino ka. During my time, tatlong klase lang po. 3 klase lang ang Sibolista. Yung magaling sa math at yung hindi magaling sa math. Kaya nga, sumama ako at talagang nagpanggap na matalino. Lagi po akong sumusunod sa mga sinasabi sa akin. Kaya nga sinabihan ako na matulog na maaga para lalo akong lumakas. Kaya po ako tumaba. Kasi sabi nga nila, early to bed, early to rise. Kaya eto na po ako ngayon. Pero kahit na ganito po ako ngayon, alam kong pinagpala ako. Dahil kami pong matataba ay pinagpala ng Lord. Alam niyo kung bakit? Nakasulat po yan. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Anyway, all the while, I thought Sibol needed me. But it was the other way around. Because whatever I accomplished in life, it is because of Sibol. Sibol happened. Aww. Well, to recap, 5 things that I remember Sibol taught me: prayer, acceptance, generosity, service, and intelligence. That is why every day I live to be Pagsi. Thank you for all the memories.
Yes, you're so guapo. The most guapo ever. And I love that skit that how he stood up to the bullies. He used Shylock. Oh, san ka ba? Galing.
Yeah. Thank you, Mel. Am I on? Diretso lang sa labas. Gate 1.
Galing ni
Sorry.
Bong mag-multitasking, no? That's
Hello.
what an amazing lawyer. Yes, attorney.
Hello. Yes. Yeah. So we have much more in store for you this afternoon. And here at the Great School, in this iconic Holy Family statue, I have the pleasure to introduce our next distinguished author who will read a part of her essay. I'm a big theater fan, not just of Sibol, but of Philippine theater. And I've had the pleasure to watch the performances of Missy Maramara in Repertory Philippines, The Dresser, in Stage Kiss, and I think and Stop Kiss. And ang galing kasi you could see the audience just loving her and giving her such rapturous applause. And there I was as a Sibolista, feeling especially connected to that applause, because I know that for Missy, for our dear Missy, everything began in Dulaang Sibol. And she actually shares this important bit of her career and her life as a Sibolista in her essay. So I'm happy to share with you Missy reading an excerpt from her essay in Alalahanin.
Hi, I'm Missy Maramara. I was part of Dulaang Sibol in 1997, 1998 as Lady Macbeth in Macbeth, and in 2001 to 2002 as Queen Gertrude in Hamlet. Both plays were directed by Mr. Pagsi, and it was such a tremendously wonderful experience So when they asked me to be part of this book, Alalahanin, I was so excited and more than honored and very, very happy to share that experience. So here's a little excerpt. It is 1997. Mr. Pagsi is 70 and I'm 17. He is a legend who teaches Shakespeare and theater to the boys across the creek with whom I play soccer and flirt at soirees. I am a tomboy who loves Shakespeare despite its scarcity from the curriculum of our secularized convent school. Word floats across the creek. Mr. Pagsi has not yet found his Lady Macbeth. There will be another round of auditions. Friday afternoon, I sit trembling on the house-left concrete steps of the little theater I had so often entered happily as an audience member. We are given 10 minutes to memorize Lady Macbeth's final monologue. What has got it into me? Other girls from other schools are far prettier and more feminine than I am. Why am I even here? Maybe it is my desperation to learn Shakespeare from a master. Maybe it's from the nudge of a Sibolista. Paliw naman si Lady Macbeth. Bagay sa'yo yun. Time's up, and we all sit in the front row, a foot or two away from the stage, while Mr. Pagsi sits at the very back. Between us, the Sibol boys. One by one, from house right to house left, we perform the monologue. I am the last of the girls to audition. When I step on the skirt of the altar that is the Sibol stage, I am gone. Oh, I only remember stepping off and hearing Mr. Pagsi's voice in the darkness. Very good, Missy. I am cast as Lady Macbeth. From here on end, throughout many moments of self-doubt in this industry I so love, Mr. Pagsi's voice echoes in my memory. Very good, Missy. He saw in me a power and agency I didn't see in myself. That he chose me, tomboy, athletic, not typically pretty me, meant femininity isn't only Celia or Sinta. Femininity is also ambition as it is vulnerability, grit as it is beauty, and always, always unwavering love. It is how one wields the power of a woman that makes one feminine and beautiful. If Mr. Pagsi trusts me, I have to trust myself. Thank you, Mr. Pagsi, and thank you, Dulaang Sibol. Love, always.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Missy.
Thanks,
That
Bob.
was that.
You know, Bob, the reason why I had this notion of femininity as a requirement to be a Sibol girl was because of our next guest.
Oh, of course, of course. For a long time, having girls in Sibol was a special treat for the Sibolistas. Kasi puro all boys yung play. But of course, in these plays, we have special roles, no, which have to be played by women, and these are wonderful roles, dream roles, in fact, for young girls. There's the role of Celia in Doon Po Sa Amin, and there's the role of Sinta herself in the musical Sinta. And very few women could claim to have played both dream roles on the Sibol stage. And we have her with us today on this book launch. Paula Deles singing a song by Mr. Pagsi and Tito Lopez, Oyayi. Take it away, Paula.
He is accompanied by Toto Seryoso.
Oh, accompanied by Toto and Barak Gutierrez and Toto Seryoso. Thank you. Thank you, Missy.
Got it, Paula.
Aking bunso, matulong na, ipigit mga mata. Aking bunso, humimbing na, mangarap na, mangarap pa. Lumulan ka sa bangkang buwan, bulalakaw, gawing sagwan, bituing bato, ay sitlubig, hangin, anghel, kalaruin. Aking bunso, matulong na, ipigit mga mata. Aking bunso, humimbing na, mangarap na, mangarap pa. Sa parang nangalapap, magabuhap, maghagilap, mga talang alitaptap, o piraso ng pangarap. Aking bunso, matulong na, ipigit mga mata. Aking bunso, humimbing na, mangarap na, mangarap pa. Habang yapos ng iyong ina, nayakap ng iyong ama, habang likas sa pangamba, mangarap na, mangarap pa, mangarap na, mangarap pa. Aking bunso,
Thank you so very much, Ate Paula. Beautiful as always. You still look like you're in high school. How is that even possible? And you know, friends feature featured in the video ay ang mga bagong silang na sanggol ng Sibol. And for us who do not have children, we sing this to our pets.
Go, Missy.
Oh, no. This is George. Hey, hi. I also got him during the pandemic. The babies you saw, they were born during the ECQ. So we're so happy that they're here and to join our Sibol family. And they'll be able to one day read the stories in this book. Diba, Nabong? Isn't that amazing? Stories their parents wrote. Ah,
Definitely. This whole launch is an epic undertaking in a book, in a pandemic. Yes.
it really is. So up next we have the second batch of author greetings from ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it.
Dear Mr. Pagsi, dear fellow Sibolistas, greetings from Germany. This is Jappy Xavier, batch 89. Congratulations on the launch of this book, an incredible project that encapsulates Mr. Pagsi's vision, one that we've all shared and loved. Thank you for letting me be part of it. Stay safe and stay healthy in these difficult times, and until we meet again, auf Wiedersehen.
Hi, Mr. Pagsi. This is Mike Reyes from Batch 86. Wanted to take some time off from fishing for salmon in the Kenai River in Alaska to greet you. Congratulations on your very well-deserved tribute book, Alalahanin. And I also wanted to say, get well soon. So I cheers to you, to good health, and to good memories of Dulaang Sibol. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Pagsi. Those 4 words aren't enough to capture the gratitude that me and Batch 84 feel for our moderator, our mentor, and our kaibigan. So thank you for the opportunity to capture in words a fraction of the blessing that is the Dulaang Sibol experience. Thank you, Mr. Pagsi.
Thank you, sir, for showing us how to write and how to lead. As I said in my essay, writing and leading are almost the same thing. They are the 2 wings of the great eagle.
Hi, Mr. Pagsi, and hello to the Dulaang Sibol family. Congrats to our friends behind the publication of Alalahanin. Thanks for letting me be part of this project. These memories are actually life lessons we've carried with us to this day. So marami pong salamat.
Magandang araw sa inyo lahat. Ako si Eric. Nagtapos ako sa Sibol noong 1988. Mababasa niyo siguro yung isang artikulo ko dyan. Sana naman matuwa naman kayo pag nabasa niyo. Katulad ng marami sa inyo, idolo ko si Mr. Pagsi. Ako mula pa nung 14 years old ako, 50 anyos na ako ngayon. At iniidolo ko pa rin siya, tinitingala ko pa rin siya. Sir, maraming salamat sa binigay niyo sa amin, sa aming lahat. At sana matuwa kayo sa librong ito. Maraming salamat, sir.
Hi, Mikael Leon here. And thank you very much to those who compiled this, allowing me to share my memories of Dulaang Sibol. This, of course, dedicated to Mr. Pagsi. My father, Kiko Ralionza, and my son, Miguel Nicolo, also share their memories here. So that's 3 generations under Mr. Pagsi. 3 times is a charm. So eventually, he was able to produce a good man, which is my son. Thank you very much. And get the book.
I can talk, right? I can talk, right?
Sure, Vaughn. What's up? What's going on, Vaughn?
Hindi, punta lang ako sa kotse sandali kasi mauubos na yung baterya ko eh.
See you later. We'll check in on you later again. So, Sir Bong, I just wanted to say, from this batch of authors and the previous one also and the next one, grabe, they're such bigatin people, and they attribute a lot of their success having taken root, that drive having taken root in Sibol back when they were young, and with Mr. Pagsi also, who really instilled that drive in them. and nurtured that drive in them.
Sobra, it's so moving, especially Missy when you're as old as I am.
Not so old, very young.
Well, we see all of these people. Parang it's like, it's a parade of, parang it's your life, passing you. Well, that's morbid, pero it's really just so gratifying to see everyone coming together, and all of us are here for Mr. Pagsi. So thanks again, Mr. Pagsi.
Thank you, Mr. Pagsi. Up next, we have Aristo Reyes Jr., who performed in movies directed by Lino Broca and Eddie Rodriguez. He says only Mr. Pagsi is what he calls an actor's director, and shares this in his essay entitled For My Mentor, Director, and Friend. He is currently based in Florida with his family and is fighting the most important battle of his life. Let us please say a prayer for Nonong and his wife Maida and their daughters as they await the unfolding of God's will in their lives. We'll just have a moment of silence, sending out love to Nonong and his family. And now we have here the exit.
Dulaang Sibol then, located by the rear entrance of the cafeteria, with the track and field on its side, was not impressive at all. It was slightly bigger than a regular classroom with makeshift lights. Having performed in bigger theaters, like the Cultural Center of the Philippines, Fort Santiago, and just even the Ateneo Grade School Auditorium, where our annual plays were held, Dulaang Sibol, I'm sorry to say, was a far cry. I could not imagine how a play could be mounted in such a small space. There was no such thing as backstage. We had barely about 4 feet between the backdrop and the wall. There was no dressing room, and there was only one powder room. In that backstage permeated the smell of athletes' food and a very pungent smell of a lot of residue, from miscalculations to the toilet bowl. However, when Mr. Pagsi let go of his imagination, using simple materials like strings, cheesecloth, broken mirrors, sound effects from his children's celopipes, and a little stage of makeshift lights, the entire place was transformed into an actor's den. Alalahanin ang tagaraw natin nang ikaw ay bagong taong mahiyain. Alalahanin at ang tagubilin sundin. Yan po mga kapwa akong Sibolista, ang awiting pinagmulan ng ating pinakaboritong dula, ang dulang Sinta, isinulat ng ating pinakamama na si Onofre Pagsangan.
The first Matanglawin when Sinta was still a one-act play. And he played Narding in the movie version. So that was such a wonderful special treat to hear his lovely excerpt. And sana everyone can read what he wrote, no? So please get a copy of your books. Yes, Bong?
Yes. Again, I'd like to send my prayers to Maita and Nonong. Hang in there. We're all together here with you, and we're with you, and we're praying for you. And now, for our next number, we will have probably the actor who was played Narding in Sinta for the most number of times, and he had the honor to play it when he was still 14 years old. He was handpicked by Mr. Pagsi to play Narding, and according to him, he was in utter disbelief why Mr. Pagsi would trust him with such a role. And he said he was the luckiest and most privileged Sibolista of all. I've seen Jimmy Ofilenia play Narding for so many times from the 80s to the 90s. And I think even up to now that he's already Ateneo vice president, he can probably still pull off Narding. He's that good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to share with you Mr. Narding, Mr. Sinta himself, Jimmy Ofilenia, singing Alalahanin.
Alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin, sariwain, nang kay lumanay, agos ng buhay. Alalahanin, gunitain ng puso natin, wala pang galos, pangarap natin, wala pang gatos. Alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin, sariwain, nang batis lamang ang tumatangis, at ang pag-ibig, anong tamis. Alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin, sariwain.
Thank you so much, Mr. Narding, Jimmy Hofelania, Vice President of Ateneo de Manila University. O, diba? Galing, no?
Galing. This is so. And I have to say, Ali, galing ng editing mo. Sobra. Lahat pinaglamayan. Ang galing.
You're amazing, Ali. Thank you so much. You know, Mr. Pagsi has really done so much for so many people for over so many decades, and his shoes are so huge and so daunting to fill, and yet taking over for Dulaang Sibol after Mr. Pagsi officially retired in 2018, which is a tremendous monumental task, fell on the shoulders of Romar Chuca and Nico Ralionza. Romar and Nico did such a wonderful job, and Nico wrote the afterword in Alalahanin. And we wish to acknowledge and thank him for his service as Sibol Managing Director for 3 years. Here is his excerpt, ladies and gentlemen.
Pabaon sa paglakbay. Aninaging muli ang kanyang wika. Bakit nga ba sa tuwina kapag kita'y kasama, panahoy kay iklina? Bakit nga ba? Bakit ba? Para bagang kanina lamang kita nagkita, ngunit sa isang kisap mata, kapag dakay, paalam na. Sa lilim ng sanglangit, sanghimig ang inawit, tumingalat nagtiwala sa iisang tala. Salamat, kaibigan, sa talang pinagsaluhan at sa oras na ginintuan ng iyong ngiti, kaibigan. Sa 3 taong paggabay dito sa lugar na tinawag nating pangalawang bahay, mga araw na puno ng tuwa't lumbay, akin ngang natanto na siya ngang tunay. Nang pangarap ang siyang saysay, na pintig nito'y pintig buhay, na dapat sa pangarap ialay buong ningning ng iyong buhay. Puno man ng pag-aalinlangan ang hinaharap, asahan na mayroon at mayroon sa ating yayakap. Mananatili itong samahang sa ating lumingap. Manalig, magmahal, at patuloy na mangarap.
Of course, Nico is on his way to Japan for his PhD. And we wish him all the best luck in the world and all of God's blessings as he goes on to this new chapter in his life.
Yeah, and I'm sure that all of you are asking, what happens next? What happens to Sibol without Nico Ralionza and Romar Chuka? Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to announce at this book launch that after a worldwide talent search with thousands of people auditioning, Sibol has finally found 3 people to take over the daunting task of being moderators of Dulaang Sibol for this coming school year. And I know it takes a lot to say yes to this huge responsibility. But these 3 Sibolistas have said their fiat and have given their humble yes. And all the rest of us are grateful for them for taking on this responsibility, for making sure that Mr. Pagsi and Sibol's legacy lives on. And these 3 are Ali Figueroa, Gian Abrahan, and Miss Missy Maramara. So Gian, Ali, Missy, thank you very much. And we wish you all the best. And we look forward to the places you'll take to Sibol next. Thank you.
Thank you also. It's an honor. And really, we're looking forward to witnessing the growth of the next generation of Sibolistas. Ali, you want to say something?
Well, thank you to everyone. And parang madalas naman ako nakakaladkad, no? But this time it is so joyful and so wonderful to be surrounded by people whose yeses are so sure and so clear. How can I not be served? So no, how can I not be inspired as well? Gian will join us in a while. No, he's finishing a writer's workshop at the moment. We're all very excited.
Speaking of writers' workshop, I held an acting workshop for Sibol, and Gian held a writing workshop for Sibol just this summer, and we're going to be presenting for them, for everyone here, the product of that workshop series. Wait, napipressure ako kasi si Mr. Pagsi naka-glasses, si Nico Leon naka-glasses. Dapat rin yata pag Sibol moderator ka naka-glasses. So, to present from our current Dulaang Sibol, one of the 4 new original songs from Kata 2020, entitled Kata, written by B-Boy Pakulan and performed by Kaiser Cortina, Mayumi Crisostomo, Camila Del Rosario, Rafael Pakulan, Mikel Valencia, and Johan Villarta. Ladies and gentlemen, Kata.
Kata. Ang definisyon nito ay tayong dalawa. Pwede itong tingnan sa mga matang romansa, ngunit ang nais naming ipahayag ngayon ay ang tayong dalawa ng mga magkaibigan. Sana sa aming presentasyon ay makita yung tayong dalawa na iyon. At yung nandito pa rin ako sa loob ng sakit, kalituhan, at bisyo. Mga kaibigan, inihanda ng Juka Yumifikohan, ito ang Kata.
Tumilat at nasilaw, patak ng dapit hapon, ibuntong hininga yung malamig na hangin. Kahit tagal na ng ating pagsasama, pero ngayon parang may naiba. Kaibigan, ano ang nangyari sa iyo? Ano man ang nangyari at mangyayari sa bisyo kung ano. Lakad pa tayo, kaya sige lang ng sige. Sasamahan pa rin kita kahit di ko pa kayang tuloy-tuloyin pa. Andito ako, hindi tayo lalaho. Ang dilim ay sumisilaw na sa mga mata mo, sa bawat patak ng mga likidong tinutungga. Baga ko ngayon ubong-ubo sa usok, pero nandito pa rin ako. Kaya sige lang ng sige, sasamahan pa rin kita kahit di ko pa kayang tuloy-tuloyin pa. Andito ako, hindi tayo lalaho. Sawa na ang aking mga mata na makita kang ganito, nahuhulog sa bawat hakbang, nabubulol sa sariling salita. Sige na, lakad pa, ubo pa. Ipikit ng mga mata, sama na rin ako. Sige lang na sige, sasamahan na rin kita dahil di ko na kayang tumuloy-tuloy pa. Nagawin mong mag-isa, kaya tunggana kata.
wonderful. I've seen their shows online, and the Sibo legacy lives on, Missy. Thanks to you and Ali and Gihan.
They're wonderful. The kids are amazing. You know, they organized that Sibol summer all on their own, and they contacted us all on their own and really pulled everyone together despite the uncertainty during the pandemic.
Yes.
Really, we're so proud of them, and Sibol is
Yes.
really in good hands. I mean, a bright future. Yes.
And at this point, we want to say that part of the Sibol dream of Mr. Pagsi is to be able to extend quality education to underprivileged kids. And we know how costly an Ateneo education is. And I guess Mr. Pagsi is thinking of his own roots when he thought of Sibol Hesus School. And Sibol Hesus School has been able to make the dream come true for a lot of young, underprivileged students. And it's also Mr. Pagsi's dream come true. And this is why Alalahanin, the book, is giving its entire proceeds to Sibol Hesus School. And today we have one of the members of the board of directors, Mr. Jejo Jimenez, to speak about Sibol Hesus. Jejo?
In behalf of the Sibol Hesus School faculty, our board of trustees, and our students, thank you to the many people who made the publication of this wonderful book, Alalahanin, Our Memories of Dulaang Sibol, possible. Thank you to all of you who have purchased your own copies. As you well know, net proceeds will go to Sibol Hesus School Foundation for the benefit of the youth under our care. Thank you to all of you who have supported Sibol Hesus over the years. Thanks to you, Sibol Hesus will be turning 23 next month. So many students have learned under our very generous volunteer teachers over the years. One of our major moves recently has been granting scholarships to deserving students who pass Ateneo de Manila High School and St. Bridget's. We currently have 15 scholars. Of our recent graduates, 2 are entering Ateneo de Manila University, 1 is a full tuition scholar, and 3 are entering Ateneo Senior High School as full scholars. We are also helping our high school scholars to be equipped for today's online education needs. If you want to know more about Sibol Hesus School, you can visit our Facebook page, Sibol Hesus School Foundation Inc., which is also accessible to sibolhesus.com. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
We'd like to, at this point, encourage everyone that we will still be selling Alalahanin through the Ateneo University Press after this launch. So please check the website of Ateneo University Press in September. And we also want to mention the big role that parents have played in the Sibol experience. These Sibol parents have supported the efforts of Mr. Pagsi and the Sibolistas all these years. And we couldn't have achieved all of what we have without our parents' support. So thank you very much. And in the Alalahanin book, we actually have one anonymous parent who has written about his experience as father of 2 sons in Sibol.
Wow.
Ang problema lang, the anonymous parent wrote his essay back in 2006. Medyo nawala yung records namin kung sino siya. So if anyone knows, those of you who have the book, if you can recognize who that parent is, please let us know. I know it's embarrassing, but please let us know so we can send him his complimentary copy. So thank you very much.
Bong, are we understanding correctly that the proceeds of the books
Yes.
go to Sibol Hesus?
Yes, all of it. Yeah. After after the cost of the publication, everything is going to Sibol Hesus.
Wow.
None of us are getting anything from this.
Thank you for that,
Yes.
Bong, and thank you to the people who bought the books. And it will continue to provide for Sibol Hesus for future purchases of this book. So please, friends, if you haven't gotten your copy, please get a copy of Alalahanin.
Yes. Yes.
Up next, we have our third batch of authors greeting everybody and inviting them to come read Alalahanin.
Welcome to the book launch of Alalahanin, a celebration of our memories in Sibol, our celebration of our memories with Mr. Pagsi and our fellow Sibolistas.
Hi Pagsi, a very belated 93rd birthday greeting. My mom reached 93 2 years ago, but just by a day. And you are going to reach it beyond. I'm be praying for you every day. At this point, it's not just your words that are inspiring me, but your very life. I think I can say I've been around for at least half of it.
Hi Sir Pagsi. Thank you for introducing me to an institution of grace. It was an honor writing about one of its practices. I am deeply grateful you were born.
Mr. Pagsi, si Rotan Chanko po ito. Bumabati galing Amerika. Malaking karangalan sa akin na maging bahagi nitong librong Alalahanin. Umaasa ako na makikita tayo muli at sana'y patuloy kayong laging maging malakas. Maraming salamat po.
Mr. Pagsi, finally the Alalahanin book is out. You can take as many sips as you want of this dandelion wine. Your handwriting and the handiwork can be found pretty much everywhere. Dulaang Sibol and your legacy will never be forgotten. They are permanently etched in our collective hearts and memories. Maraming salamat, sir. I'm very, very grateful that you are a big part of my personhood. You will live forever, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pagsi, for the gift of Sibol. This book is actually more than 50 years in the making, ever since Mr. Pagsi gathered that first set of Ateneo High School students and created Dulaang Sibol, which Father Bernard describes as a theater forever young.
Thank you so much, authors. Ladies and gentlemen, Alalahanin, our Memories of Dulaang Sibol, is the first of a trilogy of books being produced for Mr. Pagsi's 93rd birthday. The second book is the collected works of Mr. Pagsi, his poems, stories, and this is under the editorship of Mr. Von Totanes, Sibol Batch 1991, and current director of the Rizal Library. The third book is a biography of Mr. Pagsi, written by Dr. Manolo Ocampo, Sibol Batch 1979, and this is based on personal and Zoom interviews from 2018 to 2020. So up next, we'll have videos of the excerpts read by Von Totanes and Manolo Ocampo.
I cannot sing the silent symphony of starlight lured into your wistful eyes, the magic of a muted melody stolen from some enchanted paradise. My piteous poems can never even trace the veiled Madonna of your dear, dear face. So why weave whirlwind words and listless lays about the angel gentleness of your ways? But what are poems and songs when our eyes meet, when hearts are full, they speak in silence sweet.
Oh, wow. I mean, our book launch is coming to an end. Bong, how are the books over there? Na-pick up na ba nilang lahat? Oh, marima pa ang on their way. Baka nahuli sa traffic sa EDSA. Bong, I can't hear you pa. I think you're on mute. Bong, you're still on mute. That is a quote. The quote of 2020. You're on mute. Bong, I can't hear you.
Hello. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Here. Oh, there's Nikki Santiago picking up a copy of the book.
Yay!
Hi, Nikki. Yeah.
So until what time will you be there, Bong?
We'll be here until 4:30, so maybe mga 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, pero please don't wait. Baka mapagsaran kayo ng gate 1. Salamat, Nikki. Salamat, Nikki.
So Von, kumusta dyan sa gate 1?
Okay naman. I just got back from buying merienda.
For the guards and the medic who are there?
Yes, for everybody who's helping.
Awesome.
Which reminds me of what Sibol was, what Sibol life was really like during our time.
Are you brought back to those times?
Yes. Where everything is actually ensimada.
Photo.
Nikki, enjoy.
That's so great.
It's also good to meet people like Ray Miranda for the first time. Even way back in 1990, I would always hear the name of Ray Miranda, but I had no idea what he looked like.
Thank you, COVID. So, Von, we just showed your excerpt.
Thank you.
Of your Alalahanin.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to the second book that you are editing. So,
yes.
Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you. I actually have a question.
Yes.
When the excerpt was introduced, I was actually still driving.
Oh, diba? What is your question?
I hope you were able to tell people that Mr. Pagsi wrote that in 1950.
Oh, Mr. Pagsi wrote that excerpt in 1950. Sabi ko nga ang galing naman ni Von magsulat talaga, no? Si Mr. Pagsi pala yun.
Oh, and he wrote that for Mrs. Pagsi when he was courting her.
Oh, nagliligawan pa sila.
Yes.
We'll read all about that when we read the book. We'll see the poem in the book that you're editing, the second book, and in the third book, we'll read all about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you catch this first book,
Enjoy.
and then complete the set.
Second book,
Mr. Pagsi's poem, stories,
Alright.
one letter for Mr. Pagsi. Courtship was just read by. And up next, we have the excerpt read that Lolo perhaps.
Hi, good afternoon. You're looking at a very happy rich man, okay, in his little house, in this wonderful pool that's part of the house, and this wonderful book. And I'm being asked to say a brief thank you for Alalahanin, Gunitain, and I cannot say a small thank you because I'm overwhelmed. I'm just a high school teacher and yet I'm very rich. I am here wanting nothing except being with God, no? But actually, this is being with God too. For a high school teacher to enjoy so much this beautiful pool, this wonderful book, these wonderful people. So how do I say thank you for so much? How do I say thank you for so much? Sometimes we appreciate and enjoy the gift without looking back at the giver of the gift. So thank you, dear God. You've given me so much joy, so much happiness that money cannot buy. So, thank you, dear God.
From the book, Mr. Pagsi. At this point, Mr. Pagsi recalls how he was able to enter the Ateneo High School. Through the intercession of his grandfather, who knew the parish priest of Tondo Church, he was given a referral letter to the president of the Ateneo. Anticipating his son's meeting, his mother went to Divisoria to buy him clothes, the best Divisoria could offer. Coming from a disadvantaged background, he bravely went to the principal's office of the prestigious exclusive boys' school that had produced exceptional men like Jose Rizal, the Philippines' national hero. Without at the very least a familiar family pedigree and any credible means of paying the steep tuition at this expensive institute, he faced a Caucasian-American Jesuit priest, decades older than him. He was 14, alone, and waited to speak to the Jesuit president of the Ateneo. Quoting Mr. Pagsi, "I went to the Ateneo and I found out that that was not the way Ateneans dressed. So I went to the second floor and opened the big doors, and there was this priest behind a very big table and I was shaking in my shoes. I had just graduated from public school and was already enrolled in Arellano High School near the house. So the priest asked me why did I want to study at the Ateneo, and I said I wanted to speak good English. I suffer by comparison with my wealthy cousins. Nothing like I wanted to learn about Ignatius because I had no idea who Ignatius was. The priest was a kindly man, and he must have been amused by this very brave boy from Cecilio Apostol Grade School whose ambition was to speak good English."
Such lovely excerpts. I'm looking forward to those two books. Von, ha? I-reserve mo na ako nung dalawang librong yun, please.
Of course, of course. Actually, I didn't get the chance to ask a question earlier.
Oh.
Because I'm, with your announcement that there are now 3 people taking care of Sibol, I understand, of course, that it's hard to take over from Mr. Pagsi, but I wonder how does that work, diba?
Well, to answer your question, Von, si Mr. Pagsi kasi, di ba, the one, the only. After him, it was two, Romar and Nico. So now it's three. Para may progression.
Sunod apat.
Dapat so next batch apat na. No, but to seriously answer your question, so well, there's with the K to 12, there's now a separation of the high school from the junior high school and the senior high school. So what happens is there are moderators for the junior high school and the senior high school. And then I'm the moderator for the junior high school. Gian is the moderator for the senior high school. And Ali is our overlord. Overlord! Ali
Overlord
is
now.
our auditor. He pulls us together. He
Auditor.
makes sure that all the academic, all the administrative stuff are met. And the auditor, diba? Tama ba, Ali?
Tama. Yes. I believe Von was actually auditor ba at one point or
No,
something.
no, no, no. That was Henry Tatanes.
Henry.
Henry
Okay.
Tatanes.
Anyway. No, it was a more important role before eh. But di ba, parang is Sibol still Sibol yung tanong? And you look into that by looking at how does Sibol get and spend its resources, di ba? So how very management. No, but yun. But I guess no, that's the setup. But in practice, it's really the answer may see funny as it may sound is pretty accurate. No? How do you fill the shoes of Mr. Pagsi? Talagang three heads are better than one in this case.
And also, you have to wear the moderator glasses.
Here's another question. If junior high, if Sibol is from junior high to senior high, that means it's from grade 7 to grade 12, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's 6 levels.
Yes, I have
does that mean it's 12 members per level pa rin? So that makes it 60 people?
Well,
wait, sorry.
No, 72.
70. 72.
No, in fact, and taking into account that girls only enter in senior high, no, on paper, pwedeng maging like 84 or something like that. So,
yeah. Kailangan din ng mas maraming tao on board for it. So that's why also, like I'm handling the grade 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then Gian has 11 and 12. But this is on paper, right?
So how does it work, diba?
Oh, it really is.
Do you all come together every day?
Right now, because over the summer, they really work themselves to the bone. So we're trying to ease up as they transition into the school year, especially with the online medium. So what we do is we meet, right now we're meeting twice a week. And then they meet pa on top of the twice a week by themselves, planning stuff. They're very capable. At the same time, they touch base with us to make sure that, they kind of level off things and are able to, relieve themselves of the burdens of adulthood, which is not yet required of them. So okay, that's when we come in. Yung on paper lang yung two levels and 4 levels. Really, it's we all take care of everybody all at the same time. Like the girls can come to me and ask me about their girl questions. Should they have any na they can't ask Gian for whatever reason. Ganon. And then the junior high school boys can ask Gian for whatever, and Ali in case they feel jahe asking me certain things. So yun naman yung maganda doon.
Something I suppose the older Sibolistas are wondering is, why do you keep mentioning girls?
Because
it used to be there was just ayun na nga. So maybe you need to explain what happened there.
So with the K to 12, kasi po ang 11 and 12 is essentially the first 2 years of college. So now girls are allowed into the senior high school of Ateneo. And so Sibol now auditions girls. No discrimination. Yay! Kasi syempre, if the school accepts girls, parang weird to not accept them into the clubs, diba? And it's very interesting, actually. Performance-wise, there has been a slight shift, I noticed, with the arrival of the ladies. So it's nice, very interesting. Maybe I'll write an article about it in the future.
And also, some of the older alumni, knowing the history of Sibol having had difficulty before when it was too large, we're really very mindful of that. We're mindful of what happened before. At nandiyan na si Gian. So,
Yay!
Ay, Gian. Ayan, kakaway na si Gian. Ini-interview na tayo.
Hello.
And we do want to make sure that Sibol remains purposely small, no, at heart. No, that there is great value in that. There is great value in the closeness. And ngayon naman, kahit na sinabing maximum marami, ilan lang naman tayo ngayon eh. We're only about 30 something.
There's 16.
It's still for the crazy few.
So right now we're going into recruitment. So the students are getting ready for that. Senior high is having their classes already. Junior high, I think, is the recruitment happens later on, but it's already happening anyway.
Siyempre si Gian just entered the call, no? Hindi pa siya pinakilala. So this
Gian,
is Gian Abraham.
Is the moderator of the senior high school. But again, we like we said a while ago, it's just all in paper. Truthfully, we're all helping each other look after everybody. So it's a lot of fun and a lot of work and a lot of fun. O, tatanggalin ko na yung moderator glasses ko. O, gusto ko. I wear the glasses, Ian rings the bell. So there. Thanks, Vaughn, for those questions. We hope
Yes,
that
you're very welcome.
we hope
So,
that
balik sa
Loyola
script.
feels safe with us. You know.
I'll go back to my job at the gate.
All right, you guard that gate well.
And you can interview Gian now. Bye.
Yay. So there. Gian, thank you for joining us.
Hello, nice to be here. I'm actually still doing a workshop also.
I just really wanted to introduce the moderators to everybody now that Nico and Romar have moved on to the next exciting part of their lives, and we fully support them in this. We're sending them love, and just so you know, we're holding the fort and doing everything we can for you. So, Ali, smile. Smile.
Sandali. Okay, I was slightly distracted because we have a breaking update.
What is our breaking update? Is Mr. Pagsi calling?
No, it's just, tignan lang natin. Nasa-share ba to?
What are you sharing?
Let's see. Share na ba?
Natatakot ako. What is that?
Hindi lang. Hindi, kasi well, i-share ko na lang diretso. So, I don't know if you can see this. Just in from Viber.
Yay! Hi, Mr.
Mr. Pagsi and Mrs. Pagsi are watching us right now.
Hello.
Yan.
Hi, Mr. Pagsi, Mrs. Pagsi. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We love you so much.
Yun lang naman. So, anyway, so to continue with our program. Ang ganda takeover talaga, tatlo.
So,
I think Bong has run out of battery. Yes. So.
Have you gotten your book, Gian?
Not yet.
Tapusin mo na yung workshop mo at kunin mo na yung libro mo sa Ateneo. Make sure to wear your mask and have your face shield. And get home, wash your hands.
Yes. Disinfect.
Do you want to say anything to Mr. Pagsi and Mrs. Pagsi since they're watching?
Hi, Mr. Pagsi. Hi, Mr. Pagsi, Mrs. Pagsi. Do you remember me?
All right. Thank you so much.
No, because Bong has run out of battery and they're very busy now, syempre pagka mas late maraming humahabol. We just want to make some announcements regarding the book pickups, First, for those who fail to pick up their copies today, we will be emailing you personally in the next few days where you can pick up your copies. The copies of the books will be available in Marikina. So we will send the address and the times when you can pick the books up. Okay?
Ateneo University Press that will sell the book via online will be via Shopee, and also via Shopee and Lazada. And of course, again, I would like to, on behalf of Bong and the entire team, thank Ateneo de Manila University and JESCOM for accommodating our launch today. And ladies and gentlemen, we will leave you with a special number from two of Sibol's most talented artists who also contributed essays to Alalahanin. Cholo Malilin, Dulaang Sibol 1987, wrote about friendships in Sibol, while Lionel Valdelion, Dulaang Sibol 1989, wrote about his experience writing The Most Mischievous Angel. Here they are to sing a medley of Sigaw ng Bayan and Alay ng Buhay. And before we play the video, Ali will ring the bell as a signification that this is our prayer as we end our program after the video.
Sigaw ng dumaraing, iyon ang masdan at harapin ang mga hiyaw ng inalipin. Naroon sila kaibigan, silang mga piniringan, silang mga ninakawan, inagawan ng karapatan. Kaibigan, bigyan kalayaan, ang tinapos na katarungan. Nararapat ng matay buksan, imulat na ang kalooban, daing ba nila'y lalayuan, hiyaw ba nila'y tatalikdan. Tanggapin ang katotohanan, hiling nila ngayon'y pakinggan, mga nalubog sa putikan, akayin silang binulagan. Kaibigan, bigyan kalayaan, ang tinapos na katarungan. Dakilain ka't makitanghal, tanggapin mo kabataan ko, siglab ng isip ko. Likha't liksi ng talino ko, pangarapin ng puso ko. Bayan ko, handog sa'yo, humingin ng diwa ko. O Pilipinas, tanggapin mo, alay sa'yo, buhay ko. Tanggapin mo, kabataan ko, siglat-siglab ng bisig ko. Likha't liksi ng talino ko, pangarapin ng puso ko. Bayan ko, handog sa'yo, humingin ng diwa ko. O Pilipinas, tanggapin mo, alay sa'yo, buhay ko. Bayan ko, handog sa'yo, humingin ng diwa ko. O Pilipinas, tanggapin mo, alay sa'yo, buhay ko. Buhay ko, buhay ko, buhay ko.
We would like to thank everybody. Vaughn, show us gate 1. Show us gate 1, Vaughn. Yay. And I think Vaughn was walking towards the book launch where several Sibolistas had just passed by. So to pick up their books. Alalahanin, our Memories of Dulaang Sibol. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for supporting this wonderful project and for supporting Sibol Hesus. Thank you for joining our remembrance, our act of remembering and our act of honoring Mr. Pagsi. And really, truly, thank you, Mr. Pagsi, Mrs. Pagsi, for everything you've done for us and for our community. And we hope that everyone gets a copy of this book and you all enjoy reading it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And let's all remember together. Alalahanin. God bless.
Alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin, sariwain, nang kay lumanay, agos ng buhay. Alalahanin, kunitain, nang batis lamang ang tumatangis, at ang pag-ibig anong tamis. Alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin, sa mata, kapag daka'y paalam na.
ang sanglangit, sanghimig ang inawit, tumingalan ng tiwala sa isang tala. Salamat kaibigan sa talang pinagsaluhan at sa oras na ginintuan ng ngiti mo, kaibigan, ng ngiti mo, ang siyang saysay, pintig nito'y pintig buhay. Sa pangarap mo ialay, buong lingling ng iyong puso natin. Wala pang galos, pangarap natin wala pang gapos. Alalahanin, gunitain kahapon natin sa alalahanin, gunitain kahapon natin, sariwain ng kay lumanay, agos ng buhay. Alalahanin, gunitain pagsapit sa atin ng tagulan, taglay may dusa, kabiguan, ang gunita ng ating tagaraw sa kadilimay siyang tatanlaw ng puso natin. Wala pang galos, pangarap natin wala pang gapos. Alalahanin, gunitain kahapon natin, sariwain ng batis lamang ang tumatangis at ang pag-ibig anong tamis. Alalahanin, sariwa.
Alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin, sariwangin ng kay lumanay, agos ng buhay, alalahanin, gunitain ng puso natin, wala pang galo, pangarap natin, wala pang tapos, alalahanin, gunitain, kahapon natin, sariwain, pagsapit sa atin ng taglan, dala may luha, kabiguan, ang gunitana, ating nagaraw sa kalimay, siyang tatanglaw ng batis lamang ang tumatangis at ang pag